warm welcome. Thanks for staying tuned to Times Now. You're watching the Morning News Hour. I'm Kritsweet.
And I'm Shivya Malhotra. Let's get you some updates. Now, the businessman and Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's husband, Robert Vadra, suffered a major setback from Rajasthan High Court, wherein the court refused to strike down a money laundering case related to some dubious land deals in Bikaner. However, he has been granted protection from custodial interrogation, which means he cannot be arrested for at least 2 weeks.
Well, this is once the verdict will be delivered, but this order certainly is being seen by the BJP as a big blow to political witch hunt, the shield which was used by the Congress as a defense against the graft charges against Robert Vadra. But the Congress party, in the meanwhile, has once again come out with staunch disagreement to the charges leveled. Listen in.
We've maintained a very clear stand on both these issues. The issue of witch hunting by the government, deliberate witch hunting of a private individual, and the unbridled control that this government has on these agencies, and the unbridled misuse of this agency. We'll keep exposing this blatant, brazen misuse by the Modi government of the agencies against not just the political rivals but their family members also.
देखिए, मोदी जी सरकार किसी के साथ पक्षपातपूर्ण रवैया या बदले की भावना से नहीं कर रही और करते तो हर किसी के लिए न्यायालय पड़े हुए हैं, लेकिन न्यायालय ने उनकी अपील को रिजेक्ट किया है। इसका मतलब है कोई ना कोई गड़बड़ है।
Well, but the verdict seemed to have hit a raw nerve, wherein what else could explain this display of anger and irritation by Robert Vadra when Times Now approached him to ask what lies ahead?
So yes, there's a confrontational sequence, but Robert Vadra was seen clearly threatening Times Now journalists for merely doing his job. Well, as far as reactions are concerned, remember, let's also remind you what ED's charges are against Robert Vadra and Vadras in general. In 2006-07, 275 bighas of government land was allegedly illegally allotted to fictitious people, and this land was then bought by Vadra's company in 2010, thereafter sold off. To put it simply, the land under ED's scanner was allegedly bought for 72 lakh rupees and then sold off for 5.5 crore rupees. This means Vadra's pocketed a profit of whopping 615%. Let me quickly go across to Priyanka joining us on the phone line. No relief for Robert Vadra, and that's the confrontational sequence really explaining how frustrated he is with regards to this case. But for the moment, in the interim relief, Priyanka, he cannot be arrested.
Yes, Deep. For this next 15 days, the court has given him relief to, approach the higher bench in the High Court. But the fact of the matter is that this dubious deal, which has been under the scan of the agency since long, where multiple charge sheets were filed by the Rajasthan police, and later on the investigation was also handed over to the federal probe agencies. It is quite clear that since the 2010, this land which was supposed to be given for the in the Mahajan field range, which was supposed to be given to those people who were displaced. This land was handed over in the hand of, Vadra's close aides driver, Ashok. And Ashok used to work with, Nagar, who is a Faridabad-based businessman, and he has also been said to be very close to Rober Vadra. But in the meanwhile, the court has given him 15 days of time period to approach the higher bench. However, it has been granted the protection from the custodial interrogation, which means that he cannot be arrested for at least 2 weeks, and 1 day has already passed. When the verdict will come up, the order will be very much clear. But time and again, these kind of, big trouble for Robert Vadra keep on coming has been the reason because of which he has refused to talk to the media on these occasions. Although he comes out and speaks to few of the people, but the fact of the matter is that whenever he's being questioned regarding the dubious deal which happened in the year 2010, it is very clear that Mr. Vadra refused to answer very tough questions.
And as far as the case is concerned, Priyanka, of course, it is a strong one against Robert Vadra. But can we expect any relief for him in the coming time? Because we know that the petitioners are likely to file an appeal in the double bench of Rajasthan High Court.
See, it's totally up to the judiciary, the judges, whether they will see any merit in the application which will be moved by the counsels of Robert Vadra. But if you talk about the merits of the case, certainly Ashok Kumar, who was aware about this particular deal which had happened, and the charge sheet copy clearly says that Mr. Vadra was also aware about this deal which has happened in the year 2010 by his company Skyline Hospitality Private Limited, and the amount of 72 lakh rupees for land of 69.55 hectares was given to purchase only, a huge piece of land was given to Mr. Vadra's company in only 72 lakh rupees. But this deal also changed the hand quite a lot of time, because the money which came from the company was also submitted before the court, and later to that the land was given in the name of one of the
Back
board
from the Rajasthan High Court, but an interim protection at least for the next 2 weeks. Let's see how it plays out thereafter. Thank you, Priyanka, for joining us with all those details. We now shift our focus to a breaking news.